Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell predicted both houses of Congress will reach a deal to pass a final tax bill, but said it would be impossible to offer a tax cut to every middle-class American. We'll be able to get to an agreement in conference. I'm very optimistic about it, McConnell said Sunday on ABC This Week, after the Senate passed its own version of the massive tax overhaul in the early hours of Saturday morning. And we think this will make a big difference in getting our economy moving again and providing jobs and opportunity for the American people. The centerpiece of the tax package is a big tax cut for corporations, whose rate would be reduced from 35% to 20%. It's more of a toss-up for individual Americans. A majority would pay less in taxes, but millions of families would see their taxes go up, because a number of popular tax breaks are eliminated. The individual tax cuts, unlike the ones for corporations, would also expire in 7 years unless Congress votes to extend them. Every Senate Democrat voted against the bill, which congressional analysis shows greatly benefits the rich while raising taxes over the next decade on those with yearly incomes of $10,000 to $75,000. Friday was my single worst day as a U.S. Senator. Sen. Mark Warner, a Virginia Democrat, said on CNN's State of the Union, adding the Senate's process just plain stunk. This was Swamp 101, the process on Friday night, where the bill was being hand-drafted. Lots of provisions were being included for special interests, he said. I will bet you we will see literally dozens more of these special provisions put in to help special interests. The Senate and Speaker Paul Ryan's Republican-held House are hoping to strike a deal and get a final tax bill passed by the end of the year. It's impossible to do that, McConnell said Sunday on CBS's Face the Nation, when asked why Republicans hadn't crafted a bill that would give everyone in the middle class a permanent tax cut. You can't craft any bill that would guarantee no one was in a special category that might get a tax increase. What I can tell you is that every segment of taxpayers, every category of taxpayers on average gets significant relief. The nonpartisan Joint Committee on Taxation projects the Senate bill would add $1 trillion to the federal deficit. Backers say they believe the bill would spur enough economic growth to make up for any lost tax revenue, but no major study has predicted that. J. Scott Applewhite Warner predicted the bill would add $2 trillion to the debt even after accounting for economic growth. I don't think we are wrong, McConnell told ABC when asked what would happen if he was mistaken and the debt ballooned. We think you're going to get a lot more growth than that. So I'm confident this is not only revenue neutral to the government, but actually it's very likely to be a revenue producer. South Carolina Sen. Tim Scott, a Republican, defended the rushed process to pass the package, even as he admitted he didn't read the entire bill before voting for it. I went through the entire bill. I'm not going to say I read every single letter on every single page, he said on CNN's State of the Union. I did not read 470 pages. But have I read every aspect of that bill before it was fused together? The answer is yes. The bill ran nearly 500 pages, with some changes so last minute that they were written in by hand in the margins. But Scott said its provisions had long been well known. We've had 3 years of meetings, hearings, and committee hearings around those issues, he said. We certainly knew what was in that bill long before the last pages were printed. But Maine Sen. Angus King scoffed at claims the bill had gone through regular order. Democrats moved to recess Friday night until Monday morning to give polls more time to process the legislation, but the motion failed. This is the bill that we got at about 6 o'clock at night that we were going to vote on that night. There were no hearings. There were some general hearings about tax reform. There were 0 hearings on the bill, the independent senator said on Face the Nation. King said he read the entire bill, but I can't say I understood all of it. There's a lot of stuff in here that I don't think anybody knows what it's all about, he said. Nobody knew what was going on here.